What's up, everyone? Happy Friday. It's Justin from Creator Wizard. If you're new here, this channel is dedicated to helping creators become more business savvy. Today is a very, very special Friday. I'm super excited to be here because my course, Brand Deal Wizard, just launched yesterday. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that today. But the main thing that I wanted to talk about was about how to 10x your brand partnerships, because one thing that I have found that is that well, let me actually start off by telling you a story, which is that when most creators come to me, I have found that they have let's say like a standard rate that they've been using, right? So every time a brand reaches out or they pitch a brand and the brand asks them to send over their rates, they just send it. Right? They don't ask any questions about the logistics of the campaign or what the goal of the campaign is. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the emotions that come into play with this point of it, right? And so before we dig into that, I wanted to just call out some folks in the chat. Marcus, what's up? Good evening from Switzerland. Thank you so much. Diana, online course resource, thanks so much for tuning in. So if you have any questions about brand deals, about the course, anything, drop it in the chat while I'm talking about this. I don't talk too much about emotions. Let's see who else joined in the chat. We got Girlfriend Getaway Guide, Jessica. We've got My Life Documented, Tia, Travis, Polish Love. Thank you all for joining. So yeah, let me know in IG if you have a question as well. I got my phone over here looking at that. Okay, so let's talk about the emotions of it, right? Because this is something that I don't think is really discussed a lot, which is, okay, you get this brand inquiry, right? Someone reach out, an agency, maybe you do the pitch, and what are you feeling at that time, right? It's pretty natural to have these emotions because there's kind of this power dynamic at play, right? You're excited because the brand is reaching out, right? They want to work with you. That's exciting. They're potentially going to pay you, right? Which is awesome. You've got nerves too, right? You don't want to screw it up. You don't want to say the wrong thing. There's potentially also just kind of this feeling of like lack of confidence, right? How much should I charge? There's some aspects to the deal maybe that you're not familiar with. I don't know how to incorporate that. Maybe there's some concerns that if you say the wrong thing that they're gonna, or maybe you like ask for something different than what they're offering, that they're gonna pull the deal altogether and not want to partner with you anymore, right? Have you ever felt that? Let me know in the chat if you've ever felt things like that before, because I definitely have. Right? My wife, April, and I have been doing this for over 10 years, and we still feel that sometimes, right? But especially in the beginning, when we were first working with brands, like those were a lot of the emotions that kind of consumed us when we were negotiating with a brand. And I would say that the first thing that you need to do is acknowledge that those feelings are totally normal, right? It's totally normal to feel a lot of these things. It's a mix of emotions when you go into this situation with a brand. But and this is what I wanted to talk about today, is that by letting those emotions take over, it's going to be very difficult to be rational during the negotiation, right? And let's talk about the word negotiation, okay? Because I think a lot of creators think that they cannot negotiate things when they're talking with a brand, right? Or at the very least, they think that the only lever that they have is price. Let me say that again. A lot of creators think that they cannot negotiate with brands, but at the very least, they think that the only lever that they have during a negotiation is price. You see what I'm saying? So like when a brand, reaches out, they ask for all these different things, Instagram posts, Amazon Live, TikTok, blah, 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 right? And then you say, okay, well, my price for that is going to be X. And they say, well, we can't do that. And you say, okay, well, X minus Y. How does that work? And that's it. That's all. That's the only lever that they feel they have. Hey, what's up, Ed? D Word Cooks, thanks for tuning in. Modern Day Tech, all bargain products. Yes, thanks for tuning in. Bree, we got Bree in the chat. Polished Love, yes, says, yep, 100%. And Girlfriend Getaway Guide said, always. Blended Beauty, thanks for joining. Travis, what's up? So I mean, it's a totally normal thing to say. But when it comes to levers of negotiation, I think that the most important thing to realize as a creator is that that couldn't be further from the truth. So I've talked about this quite a bit before, which is that one of the missing pieces there is understanding what the brand is trying to accomplish, right? When it comes to this partnership, right? And I would say maybe like 2, 3, max 5% of creators talk to brands about this type of thing when they reach out, which is like, what is success going to look like? Right? Asking the brand, like, what are you actually trying to accomplish with this campaign? Is it conversions, right? Sales, downloads, app downloads? Is it, do you want to like repurpose my content? Do you want to like use it for paid advertising? Are you just looking to like spread the word? You know, have you ever heard that one? We're just looking to get the word out, right? Those are very, very different things. And your negotiation strategy needs to fundamentally change based on those things. You cannot send prices. You cannot send rates. You cannot send fees. You cannot send anything unless you have an understanding of what they're trying to accomplish. And that is the missing piece to help you essentially 10x your brand deals. And it's exactly what I teach in my course, Brand Deal Wizard, which I mentioned at the top. Enrollment just opened yesterday. And so for those of you who don't know, I wanted to talk a little bit about the course, share some success stories from some past students. And so first of all, what is Brand Deal Wizard? It's my proven 4-week course to help you find and negotiate your dream sponsorship so that you never leave thousands on the table again. One of the things that I have found, so this is the 4th cohort that I've done. This will be the fourth cohort. And one of the things that I found for all the students, all my past students, all my alumni and things like that, one of the biggest things is that the fear of leaving all this money on the table, really. And that really is the thing, is that I, like, so many students have come to me and be like, oh, I'm like charging like, $500 for a deal. I'm charging $200 for a deal. I'm charging $1,000 for a deal, right? And I will literally help them go from charging $500 to charging $5,000 for a single brand deal, for the same deal, just by understanding what the brand is trying to accomplish, trying to understand all the different levers of the deal, all the different negotiation points, right? It honestly is that simple. It seems hard to believe, but like, I'll show you some of these success stories, but it's like, so that really is the crux of it, is like understanding how to negotiate properly and not undercharge, right? And so the dynamics of the course is it's a live course. Okay, so every week, once a week, we get on a Zoom call with you and a bunch of other creators like you, and I teach you my Earn Brand Deal framework. And it's essentially very collaborative. So I'm going to be teaching you, it's essentially like a crash course. And we go through, you're probably thinking, okay, like I do these live streams every week. I put out so much content on social media, on YouTube, on Instagram, everywhere. What can I possibly teach you about brand deals that you don't know already? And it's a lot. Trust me, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes when it comes to working with brands and agencies. So much of what I teach comes from running an influencer marketing agency as well. Obviously, my wife and I are creators. We've got about 1.5 million followers across all of our platforms. We've done hundreds of deals over the years, right? We've made over $3 million working with brands. And yet I also run an influencer marketing agency. So behind the scenes, I have helped brands bring these campaigns to life. So they say, hey, we have $250,000 to spend on this influencer marketing campaign. What should we do? Literally, we've done deals for that size. And so I will help them. My team will help them craft a influencer marketing strategy. And oftentimes it's the behind the scenes element that you're trying to understand. Okay, like, why are they deciding to move forward with this influencer, but not this influencer? Right. So there's so much when it comes to like the psychology of like understanding how the brands are thinking and how the agencies are thinking, that you need that knowledge as a creator to understand how to pitch yourself, honestly. Right. So that's the format. It's a weekly 4-week course. And again, it's live, it's interactive over Zoom. You can interject, you can ask questions. So that's really exciting. And then there's an exclusive private community where of other successful creators, so that you can lean on them for support and guidance, right? Because that is another piece of feedback that I've heard from my past alumni, which is that you get so much value out of listening to other people's experiences, right? And learning from their past mistakes, their past successes, and just being able to like make, like have a network of people that you can lean on and follow and support, right? Because so much of this I have found being a creator is it's very lonely. It's very hard to understand what it's like being a creator or making money. Like brands are paying you to like talk about them on your platforms. Like it's hard to like talk to like family and friends for them to really understand what that's like. And there is this like level of like secrecy, I feel like sometimes, where like brands like don't, or like creators feel like, oh, I don't want to talk to other people. Like, this is my lane. Like, I don't, and I fundamentally disagree with that. I think that brand partnerships is not a zero sum game, right? If someone else gets a brand deal, that doesn't mean that you're not going to get that brand deal, right? There is so much money to be made in this space. There's so much investment happening in the creator economy right now that we are literally in the first inning or the top of the second inning of the creator economy, so to speak, right? And so, this is nothing, right? And so the amount of money that is already being spent in this space, but in 5 years, the amount it's going to be probably 10x what's being spent right now, right? So there's so much opportunity to learn and ensure that you're able to capture that revenue, that it's so critical to be able to network with other creators. So I just wanted to mention that to you. This is not a zero sum game. Question from Diana in the chat: is this course for beginners who have never gotten a brand deal? Great question, Diana. So this course in particular is for creators who have had some experience working with brands in the past. And so I say that right away, that this course it's more intermediate to advanced, I would say, because the tactics that I teach in here are pretty intense. And if you've never, done any brand partnerships or anything like that, probably my next course would be better for you. My next course is called Gifted to Paid. And that's all focused on helping if you're getting a bunch of free products and things like that. That course will help you transition to finally getting paid for deals. And so that course essentially kind of takes you from 0 to 1. And my Brand Deal Wizard course, which is the current one, takes you from 1 to N, let's say. So hopefully that helps. I have, had some creators who have participated in the course, but they've had some, some experience working with brands before. And that's really what this course is best suited for. So hopefully that answers your question. Let's see in the chat who we've got. Colin, thanks for joining. Jose, thanks for joining. So that's kind of the dynamics of the course is, again, it's 4 weeks long. It's live over Zoom. And this is something that I wanted to mention, which is that there's only going to be 30 slots this time. Okay, so and a bunch are already filled. I wanted to do that. There's a lot more interest on my wait list this time. And so I wanted to just put a cap on it because I wanted to ensure that it's kind of an intimate learning environment. So again, it's only gonna be 30 seats this time. So I would recommend, if you're interested, I would recommend getting in probably today or tomorrow at the latest. Enrollment technically ends on Tuesday, but if you're definitely interested, the seats are quite long. So definitely check that out. Before I jump into some of the testimonials, let me know if you have any questions in the chat. Again, the URL to find out more information about Brand Deal Wizard is just branddealwizard.com. You can there's even something really cool. I wanted to show you this actually. This is something I've never done before. I wasn't showing you this, but it's really neat. Actually, before I do that, let me dive in, and I want to show you this testimonial from Dee, who's one of my star students. She was in my cohort number 3 last time. So check this out. This is really cool.
My name is Dee, and I'm a Canadian creator, blogger, pro shopper, and mom of 2. And I was recently in Justin's Brand Deal Wizard cohort 3, and I'm going to tell you guys what I think about it. So I took the Brand Deal Wizard course because I wanted to learn the business behind being a creator, and I wanted to learn it from the best in the biz. Yes, that's right. I say Justin is the best in the biz to teach you how to learn about brand deals and brands, and to just how to land really good partnerships that are going to value your worth, because he is just so enthusiastic about what he does. He's so engaged. He's always there to support you, and he's just naturally excited and interested about this stuff. And this is why you want to learn from him, because he really enjoys this and he loves what he does. So I was a part of cohort 3, and the class ran for 4 weeks, and I'm telling you guys, I learned more in 4 weeks than I did in 4 years being a creator on YouTube and Instagram. Mind-blowing, I know. I was also able to turn a gifted opportunity into a paid opportunity, and I was able to turn a paid opportunity into an ongoing partnership with a brand that I truly love, and I owe it all to Justin's Brand Deal Wizard course. No matter where you are, no matter what level of your creator journey, I highly recommend this course for you, because it's literally for anyone who wants to get a better understanding of the business behind being a creator. And if you want to learn the best practices from a framework that actually works in real time, Nothing beats that, you guys. So that's all I wanted to say about the Brand Deal Wizard course. I hope you guys sign up for the next cohort, and I hope if you join the community, you introduce yourself so we can get to know you a little bit better and come and say hi to me. So with all that being said, I guess I'll see you in the community.
Awesome. So, one of the things that I loved about Dee's testimonial, first of all, like I just feel so like honored that people have made these like testimonials for me, that they felt that the course was so helpful and so useful that they were like willing to do that. So I was just like, my mind is always like blown when people are willing to do that. So Dee, thank you so much for doing that. And one of the things that she mentioned was about kind of this framework and the system, right? And that's one of the things that I have noticed with a lot of creators is that they, a lot of them have gotten brand partnerships. They've made some good money working with brands, but it's not consistent, right? Number one, they don't know when the next deal is going to come. They just wait for brands or agencies to reach out to them and for those opportunities to land in their inbox. So that's not a repeatable system. That's not a scalable system, right? Like you don't know when the next deal is going to come. So if you're relying as a creator, there have been studies that something like 85% of creators, their largest revenue stream is brand partnerships, especially on most of the social platforms like YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and Amazon Live and all that stuff, right? So it's definitely something that you cannot like leave to chance, right? And so one of the things that I teach in detail in my course is like how to create a system, how to get organized so that you have a repeatable process and with certainty that 3 months down the line, this is what your income is going to look like. Right? Imagine like being in that situation where you have the kind of this, what I call a pipeline filled up of brand opportunities, because that's exactly how it is for my wife and I over the years, right? Is that we have built up relationships with brands and agencies so that more than 50% of the deals that we have every month are from past relationships. Right. So it's something that, brands and agencies continue to come back to us over and over because they've worked with them in the past, especially agencies, right? Where they work with, a whole host of other brands. And so they just keep coming back to us because they know that we have done amazing work in the past. And so I talk a lot about that. And so again, this framework idea, I think is really, really critical because not only does that help you build out your, let's call it a pipeline for brand partnerships, but it helps you understand how to not undercharge and how to price yourself accurately. So we have a whole module in week 2 all about negotiation and pricing strategy. And so actually on that note, I wanted to show you one more testimonial. But first, Modern Day Tech had a question, weird question. What platform is the private community on? It's on Geneva. Great question. So I initially had my private community on Facebook. It was a private Facebook group for the first 2 cohorts. And so cohort number 3, I transitioned onto a platform called Geneva, and I love it. It's awesome. They have a web app. They also have a mobile app. And it's just like so much more dynamic. And there's different rooms that you can do. It's so much easier to like curate information. One thing I found about having the private community on Facebook was that it was really easy to miss stuff, right? So that's actually feedback that I got from my past alumni, which is that, so my logic, I'll talk, here's some like inside baseball. I don't know if you care about this, but like, this is just interesting. But I have made so many changes to the course over the different cohorts because I got feedback from my students. That's the advantage of doing things live every week. So it's like, there's a survey after every week. And I like incorporate the feedback. So it's like, feedback that I was getting was that the private community was helpful, but it was really easy to miss things. And it was just very difficult to like find stuff from a past week. So if you were in week 3 and you wanted to like go back and find a conversation from week 1, it's like basically impossible. You just have to like scroll back in the feed. It's very difficult to like sticky stuff. And so the reason that I actually chose Facebook to begin with was that I did so much research before I launched the course about, like best practices, like where to do the private community, things like that. And I got some feedback from past course creators or other course creators that you should go where your students are, right? And I was like, okay, well, my students are on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and things like that too, right? And so I guess I'll do a private Facebook group, right? Because like, why create a place or somewhere that like another place that they have to go, right? It's like added friction. And so that was my logic. That was why I went with Facebook to begin with. But over time, I realized that it was not ideal for those reasons, but also because Facebook limits your reach in private Facebook groups. So if I have, let's say a couple hundred people, like it limits your reach, which sucks, right? So like someone might not even see the post, right? So there's a lot of other reasons, but that was one of the reasons. Some more inside baseball. Another reason is that I may be creating a paid community, a paid membership at some point, because some of my alumni have been asking for that, like ongoing support, essentially, like more Zoom calls, all this stuff after the course is over, this type of thing. So I wanted to look out in the horizon, see like, okay, if I do want to offer that at some point, it would be nice to have a platform that had that flexibility. So again, a lot of different things going on here, but hopefully that answers your question. Hey, what's up, David? Thanks for joining in the chat. Marcus said, I also hear good things about Kajabi for membership sites. And did you look into it? Yes, I did look into Kajabi. And I kicked the tires on all of them, basically. Podia, Kajabi, Teachable, Circle. I looked at Circle for memberships. I'm on Thinkific for my course platform. So yeah, it's like there's so many different options. But one advice that I've given to other people who have been interested in creating courses is that at some point you just kind of got to pick one. It's like you can't get paralyzed by that decision of what membership platform or what course. Like at some point you just got to do it. So yeah, hopefully that's interesting to you. I had a question in here in the chat from Girlfriend Getaway Guide. I think you asked, what are you using to do these live streams? Yes, good question. I am using Restream. And so I am going live right now on YouTube, my private Facebook group, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, and Instagram Live, which is awesome, right? So going live on Instagram Live using this is a little bit more. There's a few more steps that you need to do. But yeah, I absolutely love Restream. I've been using it since January. Full disclosure, I am a Restream affiliate, and I usually my streams are actually sponsored by Restream. This one isn't, but usually they are. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Restream. If you want to, you can get a free trial. Go to one of my recent YouTube videos. And in the info box, I have a free trial thing that you can check out. But it's awesome. I love it so much. And so it's just so nice to be able to go live on all the different platforms. And there's a ton of different features. I'm actually going to be, when is this? In 2 weeks, I think, October 1st, I'm going to be interviewing someone from Restream all about the different features and things like that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. She's an expert in Restream. So anyways, side note. Yes. Girlfriend Getaway Guide. Yes. What? That's genius. Yes. It's amazing. Of course. If you want to find out more, just DM me, Girlfriend Getaway Guide. I can give you more info. Okay. So what we were talking about right before this. Oh yeah. I'm getting all over the place. I can't keep my mind straight. Okay. What I wanted to show you, this is amazing. I want some of you guys to check this out, please. It would mean so much to me if you tried this. I have this new, widget on my course page that I'm trying out. So you see this little thing here in the lower right? The people on the IG chat probably can't see it, but there's a little widget here that says Ask an Alumni. Let me move my screen so maybe the people in the IG chat can see it. Do you see this? I'm pulling this over so you can see it. Sorry, there's a delay on IG. I'm trying to see if you can see this, but there is a widget. There we go. You can see it. Yes, there you go. On IG. There's a widget in the lower right-hand corner here that says Ask an Alumni. And you just saw that testimonial from Dee. This is so amazing. Dee volunteered to answer your guys' questions. She's an alumni of the course. And this is powered by this thing called Video Ask. So if you open this up, it's like this. You can ask, you can actually send her a video. You can send her an audio note, or you can just type in a question with text, and she will send a video back to you. How amazing is that? So this is a really cool thing that I'm trying out called Video Ask. So if you have any questions about the course, send Dee a question. She's been answering people's questions. I don't know. I just thought this thing was so cool. So I wanted to show you that. So literally, if you have any questions, don't ask me, ask Dee. You can obviously ask me, but ask Dee. She's so amazing, and she will answer your questions. It's so cool. So definitely check that out. I thought that was cool. What do you guys think? Will you go try it? Go ask Dee a question, because she loves answering these things. It's so cool. Yeah. Jercel said, wow, she's so incredible. That's awesome. Yes. Work hard, travel well. Oh my gosh. Okay. Work hard, travel well. Just join the chat. Hey, boo. Come here. You want to say hi? Yeah. Come over here. We got a cameo from April.
Hi, friends.
April's doing some cleaning here.
I'm cleaning the house. Hi, friends.
How was Target?
I didn't buy anything.
You didn't buy anything at Target?
I'm shook it.
What on earth? You said you were gonna like spend all your coins.
I didn't.
Mm.
I bought. There was no Lunchables, and I just bought mac.
Oh, there was no Lunchables? Really? Usually we do Lunchables and popcorn movie night every Friday for our kids, and they didn't have. Yeah, they can't hear you when you talk.
Hot here,
it's hot because I've got all my lights going on.
Lord, how are you guys?
Good. We're talking about the course.
Yeah.
Yes, doing the. I just showed them like the video ask thing.
Oh yeah, that's so cool about D.
Yeah. So yeah, just talking about. I was showing them some testimonials and stuff like that. Oh, work hard, honey. Let me tell you something. Mm-hmm. Work hard, travel well. I was helping her with some stuff over DM. Mm-hmm. She sent me a $34 tip on my Koji. I was so blown away. I was like, "What is this?" I was.
Dang, thank you.
I was so touched. I told her it made my Friday. You paid for our DoorDash. Yeah, we do DoorDash every Friday night. No, honestly, thank you so much. Yeah, so I was going to mention, thank you so much. That was so that literally so nice. That was so kind. Love you, honey. April's mopping. But yeah, that was so let me she said she switched to YouTube. Work hard, travel well. Go check out her channel, y'all. That was like amazing. I was like so touched by that. I couldn't believe that. And just like honestly, I love helping creators, honestly. Like that, like it is the thing that fulfills me so much. I have been doing this for so like April and I have been creators for over 10 years, but it's like now, like I feel like this is like the next chapter of my life is like I get so much fulfillment out of giving back and helping people. And it's like I literally truly don't expect anything in return. I hope a lot of you have noticed if you've ever reached out to me, if you've ever like asked for my help, like I hope it's obvious that like this is something that I really love doing. And so for you guys to like acknowledge that in that way, especially you work hard, travel well. That means so much to me, honestly. You made my Friday, so thank you. I'm like I get emotional here, but yeah, that was so kind of you. So the next thing I wanted to mention, we were talking about a system, right? About a framework and things like that. And I wanted to show you this testimonial from Rich, who is has a channel on YouTube called Hustle Ninjas. And so he actually has a t-shirt printing business. This is how diverse of creators and students that have come into my course have been. It's not just like, oh, lifestyle influencers or travel influencers or food influencers or lifestyle, family, whatever, right? I've had a lot of those obviously, but like, this is really cool. I want you to check this one out.
What's up? My name is Rich. So I took Justin's brand deals class, I think it was about 2 months ago. I was able to pick up like the knowledge that quick. Like everything that he's taught was literally for me. One important takeaway I want to mention real quick is the fact that I use this process for more than just actual brand deals. I'm a YouTuber. I do some influencing within the apparel space, and I actually run an apparel business. So I print t-shirts for a living. And the actual methods that Justin has taught, I was even able to use in my actual t-shirt business as well. Being able to pitch to brands, to sell more t-shirts, to get like contract printing deals. Honestly, that was crazy. I took the class for brand deals. I didn't know anything about usage rights. I didn't know anything about being exclusive. I didn't know any of that stuff. Anytime I reached out to Justin, he was able to help push me mentally to be more confident. So Justin's the man, honestly. It's just crazy. I've been able to use this step-by-step process for more than one thing. And man, Justin, I thank you. I really do. I've told you that several times now. I really thank you.
So how awesome was that, right? I mean, Rich is, was literally able to take the negotiation tactics that that I teach in the course and use them in his business. Right? So I was just like blown away by that. He mentioned that he got an immediate 3x return on the course, like within the first couple weeks of joining. So it was just like so amazing. And I am like, I'm shaking right now. I cannot believe it. Like modern day tech, $50 super chat. Like what? Are you kidding me right now? He said, enjoy next Friday on me. Like, enjoy next Friday. I gotta go tell my wife. Hold on. Honey, come here. Modern day tech. Come look at this. Modern day tech just gave me a $50 super chat.
Dang! Oh my God, thank you.
What is it? He said, enjoy next Friday on me.
Oh my God, thank you.
Dude, I can't even. Oh my gosh. Like today, you guys are making my Friday. My gosh. That's crazy. I can't. I'm like speechless. I'm speechless. Thank you so much. My gosh, that means so much to me. That means so much to me. Thank you so much. Yeah. David said modern day tech is awesome. Yes. My God, thank you. That really means so much to me. Thank you. Gosh. And yeah, Work Hard Travel What said, no problem. Thank you for providing the valuable tips. Yeah, it's the least I could do. Thank you so much. Man. So yeah, so what Rich was saying was I think a lot of it comes down to like you don't know what you don't know, right? And that's like I feel like I don't know about you, but like that's a terrible feeling. I really don't like feeling like I that was like in the very beginning when my wife April and I first started as creators. That was the most frustrating thing was like, wow, I really don't. I feel like there's so much that happens behind the scenes, whether it's the negotiations, interacting with brands, the contract piece of it, like there's so much that goes into this that like I felt like the only way that I could improve myself was by learning. So I just like threw myself into it, like reading everything. It was like harder 10 years ago because it was like very much the wild west when it came to like influencer marketing and working with brands and things like that. So we made so many mistakes like starting out, right? Like we like signed these terrible contracts, like we gave away all these rights, like like brands like would use our like we've had like brands use our content on TV before. Right. And we weren't compensated for that. So it's like, man, we have made like every mistake in the book. So it's like one of the other things that I'm hoping that you get out of this program is like helping you avoid all those things, right? So that you don't make the mistakes that we made over the years, because like you really do need that savvy if you want to make considerably more on brand partnerships. So I thank Rich so much for that testimonial. And so if you're just joining now, what we're talking about right now is my Brand Deal Wizard course, which enrollment opened just yesterday. It's going to be capped at 30 creators. We've already got a bunch of people signed up. So if you are interested in joining, you can go to branddealwizard.com to find out more information. I was showing you, I can't even tell you how much time I have spent on the course page. So if you really do want to learn more, like find out more about what the course is about, there's so much information on here. So I talk about like brand deal blocks, what's preventing you from landing your dream brand partnerships. I talk about, who the heck I am. Why am I even qualified to be teaching something like this? I mentioned, we made $3 million working with brands. I talked a lot about that. I've helped other creators earn an additional $2 million. So again, there's so many the testimonials that I've shown here are just like a drop in the bucket. I have so many testimonials on here. I talk about exactly what we go through week by week over the 4 weeks. I talk about the success stories. I have just like endless success stories here, like videos and videos and videos. So you could just keep scrolling and watch all these videos if you really don't believe me. And then there's a bunch of bonus stuff too. I've got calculators. I've got case study templates. I've got checklists. I've got just so much stuff. Ebooks. So So if you want to find out more, definitely go check out the website, branddealwizard.com. And in the chat, Mr. Cast Iron has a question before we dive into the next one. Should we take a gifted deal if they say they don't have an ad budget? Well, herein lies the question. I mentioned, I'm not sure if you were on the live stream when I was mentioning this, but my next course is called Gifted to Paid. If you want to join that waitlist, just go to giftedtopaid.com. But that course is all going to be about transitioning these like gifted deals to paid. But it really, just digging into it a little bit, it really comes down to your own preference. If you do not have a lot of experience working with brands, there is some, logic out there that says like you want to get some experience under your belt, right? Understand what it's like to, have this back and forth with a brand, then send you something and there be some sort of expectation that you're going to be doing something in return. I am of the camp that I don't think that doing gifted partnerships really behooves you as a creator, because let's talk about all the different things that you're bringing to the table as a creator. You are what I like to call a production company in a box. Okay. You are a production company, right? You can actually shoot the asset. You can edit the assets, right? You can, if you're a photographer, you can shoot tons of amazing pictures, right? You can, you're a marketer, right? You have organic distribution channel. So you've got a bunch of people that you can recommend to the product in addition to that, right? So you have all of these things, right? You're a strategist. You're a social media strategist, right? You understand what works on all the different platforms, on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Pinterest, blah, 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 right? You do not understand what you're bringing to the table oftentimes, right? So a lot of brands want to like gaslight you and to be like, oh, well, like, we don't have a budget, like, but, here's a free product, right? So no, you have so much value to bring to brands that you're discounting. I will say a caveat to this, which is that, like, if it's a product that's very expensive, right? Maybe it's a $5,000 product. Maybe it's a $2,000 product. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's not that expensive, but you've always wanted it and you were going to buy it anyway. Maybe you'll do it. I took a free wine fridge. It was an $850 wine fridge, and I talked about it in our vlog channel on YouTube. I was going to buy it anyway. Right? So it's like, even now, I did that like 6 months ago or like a year ago, right? So yeah, maybe there are some times that you take a free deal. But here's the caveat is that when we do those types of deals, or when I do those types of deals, it's few and far between now, but there's no expectation that it's going to be this like massive partnership. You're not going to be giving away all these rights. You're not going to be letting them use all the footage for paid advertising. You're not going to be letting them repurpose it. You're not going to be letting them embed it on their website in perpetuity. You're not going to be you're not going to be allowing like a million, rounds of revision on the video and all that, right? So it's like, there's like expectations that you have to set, right? So if you are going to be if you are going to be doing these types of like free and gifted partnerships, you have to understand that you can't give away everything under the moon to do it. And by the way, Mr. Cast Iron, the whole purpose of my gifted to paid course is going to be talking about all the different angles that you can turn these into paid deals. Because I actually have a video on YouTube if you want to watch this. It's called the top 3 ways to turn gifted deals into paid deals. So I have a video on YouTube already about that. So I would recommend going and check that one out. But the whole point of this is like, brands oftentimes do have budgets, right? And their first strategy is to see if they can get people to talk about them for free. I'm just being honest. Like that's any brand, and that's basically what's called an earned media strategy, where you will reach out to, let's say, 300 influencers, and you say, "Hey, we'll give you a bunch of free product. Will you, if you talk about us?" And see who bites. There's going to be some percentage of people who bite, right? One of the biggest values of working with a creator is that as a brand, if you pay them, you have much more control over what that asset ultimately looks like. Because let's be frank, one of the biggest values of working with creators is you get these really compelling pieces of content that you can repurpose for paid advertising or for your social channels or for your website, right? So much more compelling than what you could ever do on your own as a brand, right? So if you were to come to them and say, "Hey, I'd love to work with you. I love your product. I understand you don't have a paid budget, but let me explain to you. When you invest with me, and yes, there is going to be an investment. It's not going to be for free. Here's all the things that you're going to do. I will collaboratively work with you to understand what are the sound bites that you're looking for in the content that I create that you can then turn around and cut down into a 30-second video or a 15-second video or something and use it for an Instagram story ad. What are the things that you think are the most important things that you're trying to convey with your product? I will work with you on that. It's going to cost you $1,000 to collaborate on this. And I'm more than happy to provide, 2 rounds of revisions on the assets and yada, yada, yada. Right? Something as simple as that. Look at that. All of a sudden, you're speaking their language because now you understand. You think other creators are saying that you can saying those types of things? No, they're not. Right? So now all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, I get this. This is going to be, when you use the word investment, when you're working with a brand, all of a sudden they realize like, oh, we're going to be getting things in return. Because what does the word investment imply? That there's going to be some sort of return that they get. Right? So that's a very simple tip there. And Mr. Cast Iron, let me know if that's helpful. But again, it's up to you. You have to make that own calculus for yourself of whether it's worth it. I will say, though, that it's very difficult to, when you set a precedent like that, to ever get paid down the line. There's definitely things that you can do to kind of like, switch that around. But it's when you set a precedent, you start working for $100 or for free. If you ever want to like, take that relationship to the next level down the line, it can be difficult. Actually, Brandon, Tech Audit, who just joined my course yesterday, asked us in the private community, and I gave him a very detailed response about this. So yes, that's definitely something that I hear a lot. Yes, glad it was helpful, Mr. Cast Iron. Let's see. I got a bunch of questions while I was answering that. Who else we got it here? Lola Worthington, thanks for joining. K.H. Zim. Pawnees, what's going on? Pawnees just joined. Pawnees is an alumni from cohort number 1. She joined the very first one that I did. And Pawnees, I'm so appreciative and thankful of that. So thanks for joining. Okay, I had a question up here from Sarah. Sarah said, hey, Justin, I have no paid brand deals yet, but would like to do your course. I received an email about a paid collaboration this morning. Sarah, congratulations. That's super exciting. Just shoot me a note. Would love to learn more about it. Would love to check out your socials and things like that. And, see if you're a good fit. But man, if you're already receiving paid collaborations this morning, that's super exciting. So yeah, send me a message. Would love to chat with you about it. Awesome. Okay. And we got Fourth Born Child tuning in from the Philippines. Thank you so much for tuning in. And, let's see, all, Bargain Products said, I have 0 users. My first deal. Can post video promo on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and sell on our marketplace for 1 month. Should I offer free deliverables? Can you clarify a little bit about your question? Have 0 users. Are you saying you have 0 followers? Yeah, let me know. Just clarify your question for me. Should you offer free deliverables? I'm trying to understand like what your question is. Or like what angle you're coming. Are you a business? Are you a brand? I'm confused. Like clarify with me because I'm happy to answer your question. Marcus had some insight here about the free product thing. I got a couple of conference speakerphones for free that I needed anyway with no commitment on my side. And it's the product that's brought me the most affiliate income from Amazon. Pretty happy with that. Very interesting angle here. Thank you so much for mentioning that. Amazing. I love that perspective. We've got Hannity Bailey in the chat. What's up? Hey, Justin, quick question for my daughter's YouTube channel. It's Maya. We usually go by Social Blue Book to come up with her rates. How do you feel about Social Blue Book's rate that they suggest? Great question, Hannity, and thanks for joining. Okay, so I think Social Blue Book is a good starting point. Okay. The fact that they offer like tools to be able to like sync up your platforms and like kind of get a good baseline understanding of like, what your channels are worth, is helpful. I will say though, that there are so many different aspects to deals, that are not incorporated there, like usage rights and like exclusivity and like the campaign goal type and things like that. So I actually do have a calculator in my course as part of my course, that helps with a lot of those things. But again, like I know it can be very difficult, especially when you're just kind of starting out and just kind of getting your feet under yourself, working with brands and things like that. The fact that they have a tool, I think is helpful. But I have found that there's so many different aspects to a deal, so many different levers and price factors and things like that, that you definitely can be making significantly more money on brand partnerships using other negotiation tactics, if that makes sense. So hopefully that's helpful, Hannity. Let's see. Got some questions here. Moodaventi, what's up, Moodaventi? What are you at right now on TikTok? Moodaventi had last time you had like 1 point something million on TikTok. What are you at right now? Let me know. She said in the IG chat, some brands who reach out to me first ask me to pay for the product. Sometimes I'm hesitant. How should I respond to them? Absolutely not. Moodaventi, any legitimate brand deal that you're going to be doing is not going to ask you to pay for the product. No. So I hope that answer is clear enough. That just sounds like I know that there are brands who would do that. Oh, like we'll give you a discount code and a discount code for your followers, and we'll give you. It's like, no, they're just giving you like a promo code at that point. Any brand worth their salt who wants to actually collaborate with you is not going to ask you to do that. Sorry. Mudaventi said 1.4 million still on TikTok. Amazing. Congratulations. That's so cool. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Blended Beauty in the live chat said, can you chat about live selling and how to charge for it? I know that you and April love Amazon Live. Great question. And I'm actually going to be talking more about like live selling, live commerce in my course, this cohort, because I have quite a few people who joined who are Amazon Live creators this time. So yeah, I mean, it definitely is. So one of the things I love the most about like live commerce and live, like Amazon Live and things like that, again, it's not just Amazon Live. There's a lot of other platforms. So it's like Whatnot and Pop Shop Live and things like that. This is becoming a very big format for creators and a huge opportunity. And by the way, David, I don't know if you're still in the chat here. David from Utechpia has an Amazon Live course that I just joined recently. I was so interested to check that out. And so if you want to find out more information, go check out, he also has a Amazon Live Facebook group. David, are you still in the chat? Drop it in the chat if you have it and let people know more information about it. Because David has a course all about Amazon Live. So just want to mention that. Okay, so when it comes to what I was going to say is one of the things I love the most about live commerce is that it's such a beautiful upsell to brands that are reaching out to you on your other platforms. So if you have a presence on YouTube or on Instagram or TikTok or wherever, on Twitch, and brands are wanting to partner with you on those platforms, it's so easy to then just very quickly, before you respond to them, go on Amazon and search, oh, is this brand selling their products on Amazon? And then when in your response to them, oh, hey, yeah, I'm super interested about this opportunity. I noticed that you also sell your products on Amazon. Did you also know that I have I'm an Amazon Live creator and I would love to incorporate an Amazon live stream into this deal? This doesn't just work for brands that are reaching out to you. You can actually pitch this to brands. A big thing that we cover in my course is doing cold prospecting, reaching out to brands yourself with extremely compelling proposals and pitches. And oh, by the way, they'll pay you. That's another thing that I think a lot of creators struggle with is like when they reach out to brands, it's like, oh, when I reach out to them and I say, oh, I'm super excited, I'd love to collaborate with you. How do you say, oh, by the way, you also need to pay me? So we'll cover that as well. Right? So Blended Beauty said, she was asking, what was her question initially? Yeah, just like how to charge for it. So again, April and I just sold a dedicated Amazon live stream for $7,000. Okay. We've got how many followers on Amazon Live now? We have 33,700 on Amazon Live. So it's not like we have 100,000 people on Amazon Live or 200,000 people, right? So it really comes down to understanding what the brand is trying to accomplish, understanding their campaign goals, and understanding how to price these things. What I teach in my course. Okay. So I know that's a little like enigmatic, but it is true. Okay. Oh, David just said here, these are great tips. Thanks so much for sharing the awesome information. David, I don't know if you just heard me. I was saying like a minute ago that you have an Amazon Live course. Drop the URL in the chat. Drop the URL in the chat to your Amazon Live course because I was plugging you. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Blended Beauty said, yes, YouTube is also testing live selling. I know TikTok did a test with Walmart and they had amazing numbers. Yes, exactly. Okay. So this is not just on Amazon Live. We got some clarification from All Bargain Products about his or her question. Yes, we are a business. We only accept companies that have true bargain products and can ship on sale products. Okay. So I guess the question is how are you trying to attract like brands to sell on your marketplace? That's interesting. That's a different type of question. Yeah. So I would say that, like what is the value proposition that you're providing to them? If you can provide to them some insights about your reach and the demographics of your customers, right? And you're saying, these are the type of shoppers that we have on our website, and these are your ideal customers. That's actually an analog to something that I teach creators oftentimes is like helping brands understand what the composition is of your audience as a creator. Helping them understand like, hey, these are your ideal customers that you're trying to get in front of. Like, yes, I am the conduit that you'll be able to access them through. But what I'm really going to focus on is like, hey, I have, 75% women in my audience, millennial moms or whatever it is, right? Get some information about them that you can use in your proposal. Isn't that so much more compelling than, oh, this is me, these are the types of brands I like working with, like blah, 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 blah. It's not about you. I mean, part of it is about you, but it's not really about you. It's about the brand and who they are hoping that your followers will eventually become their customers. So the analog here for you, All Bargain Products, is like when you are pitching with other brands and you're trying to get them to sell on your marketplace, help them understand the composition of the consumers that are shopping on your site, if that's helpful. And okay, so man, 50 minutes has gone by. How literally, how has 50 minutes gone by? And I did want to show one other testimonial from Fernanda, who is also a past alumni. She has some awesome things to say as well.
Before joining Brand Deal Wizard, I was really struggling when seeing where my income was going to come from as a creator. I knew that I wanted to do more brand deals to increase my income, but brands weren't coming to me and I had no idea how to reach out to brands. One of the most invaluable things I learned in Brand Deal Wizard was learning how to find the right contact at a brand to target, how to find their contact information so that I actually know that I'm contacting the right person, and most importantly, how to craft the pitches to those brands. I found this completely invaluable, and it took a lot of the stress out of crafting pitches, knowing exactly what I have to say to increase my chances of getting a response. A change I've noticed in myself as a creator was simply in how far in advance I start to plan my YouTube content. I've noticed that doing this allows me to look for brand-friendly content, and then it gives me plenty of time to go and find a sponsor for the content that I already want to create, that I know that my audience already wants to watch. It has been a game changer. I have a clear idea of where my income is going to come from since completing Brand Deal Wizard. If you are considering joining Brand Deal Wizard, I promise you it is 100% worth the investment. You will not regret it.
100% worth the investment, y'all. Can I get an amen? Can I get, like, how much more resounding of a testimonial can you get? Thank you, Fernanda, so much. I appreciate it. One of the things that I love that Fernanda mentioned was like how important it is to be intentional. Right? About your income as a creator. Sitting and twiddling your thumbs and, hoping brand deals are going to land in your inbox is not a sustainable strategy. Especially if you want to do this full time as a creator. Like, look, April and I have been like full-time creators for over 8 years. And our revenue mix has changed so significantly over that. I've mentioned this before that literally like 6 years ago, 97% of our income as creators was from YouTube AdSense. And now it's 3%. Can you think about how like crazy of a shift that is, and how you have to be resilient as a creator to understand how to like have your eye on the horizon, to understand how to make your business robust? Right. And I have a question in the chat here about from Jenny, who said, I'm not an Amazon Live creator. I just learned about this. I do have an Amazon storefront. How does this blend in for an influencer and content creator? Is it another avenue for revenue? Yes, exactly, Jenny. That's exactly what it is. Okay, so April and I started doing Amazon Live in November, and it's taken up like a huge portion of our revenue already. Just in the last 8 months, 9 months, 10 months? It's been 10 months, right? So it is your job as a creator, always have your eye on the horizon. Okay. Like live commerce has been crazy in Asia and China and Japan, especially over for 3 years already. So it was an inevitability that it was going to be coming here. So these are you can't I think one of the I've seen this happen so many times, especially on YouTube, where it's like YouTubers have kind of this heyday where it's like 1-2 years where they're like really killing it. Their viewership is incredible, super engaged audience. But then They keep making the same types of content. They don't adapt to what the platforms are telling them they should be focusing on. And their viewership just slowly starts to decline over time, right? And they either don't adapt on that platform, they don't diversify their revenue streams, they don't have their fingers in any other pies, they're not doing anything else, and they just everything just slowly declines. I'll be totally frank, like that has happened to my wife and I on YouTube, right? Like probably our heyday or whatever on our family vlog channel, let's say, was when our kids were first born, because in the family space, in the lifestyle space, in the vlog space, like it's life milestones that dominate, right? People are so interested in like the pregnancy journey, having a baby, buying a house, like these big milestones, right? But when like that stuff is over, right? Things decline. We are making, and yet we are making the most money we've ever made as creators. Right? So it's like you people get fixated into thinking that it's all about numbers. It's all about viewership. It's all about that, but it's not. It's about diversifying your revenue and understanding how to think about yourself as a business, as a creator. And again, have your eye on the horizon. So yeah, Jenny, it definitely is. It definitely is something to be thinking about. And Pani's in the chat said, I second that. She said, I second Fernanda's testimonial. So thank you so much, Panis. If you're just joining the chat, today I'm talking about my Brand Deal Wizard course, which enrollment just opened yesterday. And if you want to find out more information, you can go to branddealwizard.com. It's capped at 30 creators. I've had a bunch of people join already, and I have a bunch of people in the chat today saying that they're going to join. So if you want to participate, come hang out, come join us. It is going to be live every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And I also wanted to mention, I had some questions. I had some people emailing me about this. If you're not able to join live, you can absolutely watch the replays. We've definitely had students do that in cohorts, in the past cohorts. There is a lot of value, I think, in joining the live sessions, though, on Zoom, because you're able to interject, you're able to ask questions. You can, again, it's just like, it's a very dynamic environment. It's so much fun. I have so much fun doing it. But again, if you have a full-time job or you can't make that time or something like that, you can definitely watch the replays. So hopefully that's helpful. Yeah, we've got, the Jessica Salcedo joined the chat. Thanks, Jessica. And yeah, thank you so much, Marcus. Marcus said, getting massive value from the stream as always. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate that, Marcus. Thank you so much for always tuning in. A lot of you are like OGs. You have like been around since I first started doing these live streams. I do this every single week, every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. So the fact that you guys show up every single week with me means a lot. And I will say you are like at the cutting edge of people who are trying to like take your business to the next level as creators, because most people are not here. They're not sitting here trying to work on improving their business week in, week out. So that really, really means a lot to me. So thank you. Yeah, and All Bargain Products said, thanks, Justin. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and Marcus says, we remember the old studio. Yes, I did not always have like a studio looking like this. So I was definitely here. Like you guys have definitely been around. Been around for a long time. Oh, I also wanted to show something. I have my let me show you my shirt. I have my Convert Kit shirt on right now. It says create every day. I love this shirt. And the exciting thing, hold on. I got to show you this. I'm so excited about this. Hold on. It's going to be worth it. I promise. Oh, this is so cool, guys. Oh, why don't I have better access to this? Oh, I can't. No, hold on. I need to show you this because it's so exciting. I am going to be showing you my final logo design. Sorry, I should have had this, but you guys want to see this, right? It's like a sorry, I'm like scrolling and trying to talk at the same time. Where is it? Yes, I found it. Okay, I found it. Here we go. Look at this, y'all. My logo is finally done and my t-shirt design. So it says monetize. We've got the coins down the sleeve. And the coolest part is I have a new Creator Wizard logo. Check this logo out, y'all. Oop. That's my new logo. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. So I'm going to be updating my branding and stuff. Once I get through this course launch, I'm going to like figure out all the like stuff about how to get it printed. It's not just gonna be a sweater. I mean, I have like shirts and stuff like that too, but hats. Like I just want to have fun with this. And yeah, I'm super stoked about this. So it's like I don't know if you can tell, but it's like a wizard and it's got a camera lens. I don't know. I just love it. It kind of looks like an alien almost too. It's just kind of like futuristic looking. So yeah, I was a big fan of how this turned out. So yeah, let me know in the chat if you want to represent, you want to monetize merch. Thank you so much. Marcus said logo looks great. Laura said yes, loving it. Pawnees looks amazing. Thank you. Is the tee you're wearing up for sale? Oh, Create Every Day is actually not my shirt. It's a ConvertKit shirt. That's the email marketing platform that I that I use. And Hannity says, love it. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Yes, absolutely. I'm more than happy to do that. Okay, so we're almost up at time. I hope you found today's stream valuable. I just, again, thanks for, sticking with me. If you're not joining the course, I appreciate you like sticking with me, even though you're not joining it. And I tried to share some gems and knowledge as well. Again, like if you're interested in joining, the other thing I wanted to mention too is that if you if the course isn't a good fit for you, but you have other friends who you think might be interested, please share it with them. I appreciate that so much. So many of my enrollments have been from word of mouth referrals. It's just crazy. Like like my friend took the course, like in cohort number 3 or cohort number 2 and got amazing results. And so I'm taking it now. So it's like, if you have any friends who might be interested, like your referral would just mean so much to me. So, so that would be so cool. So yeah, just finally, you can go to branddealwizard.com to find out more information. And yeah, I'll see you back next Friday, as always, at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And one more time, I just wanted to thank the people who did the tips and the super chats to me. Modern Day Tech, one more time. Thank you so much, Modern Day Tech. That was, let me highlight this one more time. Modern Day Tech gave me a $50 super chat today. That was like absolutely just wild. And Work Hard Travel Well also gave me a $34 tip on Instagram earlier this morning. So both of you, thank you so much. That just means so much to me. And I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you next week. Talk to you soon, guys.